What is up, everybody? We are back in the garage with Penelope. Now, I know on the last video I said the next video we did with her we were going to be driving it, but that didn't quite happen. I don't know how much of this we'll record, but we will be going for a drive by the end of the day. So Trav's already been playing around a little bit and put the extra length on that wire that we needed so it wasn't so tight. I'm going to show you really quick kind of what happened and what we're going to take care of now. We've still got to change the oil. You guys know how to do that. I'm not going to show you that. And I've got to top off the oil bath air filter and get that installed. But let's take a look at what actually happened when I went to pull the car back in for the night. So here we are inside the car, and you know, it seems to me that the 6-volt batteries tend to be super corrosive, and in the last video I said mine was pretty much dead. Luckily I do have like the cover and everything for the battery, so I got a new battery. The thing that caught me off guard was I went to fire the car up just to pull it out, you know, after we were done breaking the cam in and it had cooled off, and I visually out of the corner of my eye heard out of the corner of my eye, I saw and heard a spark. The spark came from the positive battery cable, but after that, I had nothing at all. So I think the battery just shorted itself out completely. So the other thing I did buy was new ground, new positive battery cable. We're going to work this end here, this wire, and clean it up because it's pretty sketchy, almost corroded off. I believe that's the power wire for the AC system in the car. So we're going to get the battery wiring taken care of, oil change, maybe, you know, a couple other odds and ends, and then hopefully we'll actually get to go for a ride in Penelope. Well, everybody, I'm starting to think Penelope hates Travis and I. Working on the battery wiring, trying to get that squared away. Let me give you guys a tip, something that we did not do that we should have done. All right, so here's where the cable goes through the body. The old cable, we tried pulling through this way, but the undercoating was stopping it at the grommet. So we cut it and pulled it through. Little did we know that we probably should have attached the new cable to the old cable in one way or another to actually get it through the body. It is not a straight shot. Here we thought we were going to do a 2-minute job, boop, right through, which turned into us pulling the grommet from the other side, trying to hook it back and forth, and it was kind of a pain. So we got the battery wiring done now, I think, and we're gonna continue on with our oil change and a couple other things because we want to drive the car if she'll ever let us.
Work weird?
I don't know, the clutch feels weird. Like barely, I mean, it's like, look at how I'm on the floor. Granted, I'm used to driving the Dart around, which feels way different.
Right.
Whoa. It's official. We're actually driving the car out of the garage right now for the first time. And the clutch feels weird. The throttle feels more punchy than it did before. Trav and I are sweaty and dirty because the easy stuff took way longer than it should have. The brakes still feel, yeah, they're there, but they don't feel as good as I had hoped. Got some tuning to do on the carbs.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a lag. but it's almost out of gas.
Just turn right here. Turn on this street and we'll just go through the neighborhood. And then I've got gas at the house. You trust these brakes pretty good, brother.
We didn't make it very far because we are probably about to run out of gas. Yeah, I definitely need to do some carb tuning here. And we need to adjust the clutch.
Not this one, but the next one.
It's still no hot rod.
Was it?
Yeah, the brakes are still sketchy. Trev and I had worked on them and thought we had those figured out, but I don't know what the answer is there. Yeah, I know the fuel gauge works in this car. And
The fact that it's below reserve.
it's below the R, so we weren't going very far. Maiden Voyage Part 2. Still recording.
With gas?
Not much.
Wow.
Maybe we should go to the gas station and actually put some in.
Well, that road is really nice now, nice and straight, and there's no construction on it. At least not coming this way. The gauge is bouncing around, so at least you know there's fuel in it. It wasn't doing that last time.
Hopefully my fuel gauge still works. That was that nice NOS one that had been sitting in the car since 85 or something. Sounds good.
Yeah.
You can tell there's some
Dead
weird
spot, yeah.
spots and whatever, but I kind of expected that with the carbs. I mean, we did as best as we could with them. That's pretty much all she's got, though. I mean, I don't know. It accelerates nice. Trying to die a little bit there.
Yeah, trying to die.
I can hear a little bit of a ping, a little bit of a knock, almost like the timing's off a little bit. So we're gonna have to check the timing. I can tell.
The valves.
Yeah, that's something else we still need to do. We haven't adjusted the valves after the initial break-in, which we're gonna have to do that when it's cold, obviously. We'll probably make a video of adjusting the valves at least, but so we need to adjust the valves, double check the timing, and play with the carburetors a little bit. But I mean, this car still has everything I loved about it, though. Like, this cruises so nicely.
And it doesn't leak a quart of oil after you park it, hopefully, after it's been running warm, which is the problem we were having before.
Yeah, I can hear that little bit of a ping when I tip into the throttle.
Yeah.
So we do have some adjusting to do still, but I don't know, that might be a little bit before we make more videos on this one. Like I was saying, Trav's been collecting a whole bunch of parts for Speedy, and there's some cool stuff going on the thing, so I think we'll have some videos of that coming up soon.
Speedy gets a new top today.
Heck yeah. Well, I didn't really get to finish the video while we were driving because the camera got hot enough, it shut off, which happens here in Arizona, unfortunately. Couple things about the Fastback. I think I'm in this weird love-hate relationship with the car because I love it and it hates me or something. So, couple things we ran into. The timing's off, so it's running too hot. It was pinging a bit. The carbs need adjusted. All that stuff is you know, stuff we would figure we would need to do anyway. Work the timing, the tuning the carbs, everything else. So it got hot. Didn't want to start again because it was cranking slow because it was hot. Trav push started me at the gas station and fired right up, and we drove it home. The other thing that is bumming me out, let me flip you around and show you something. See those drops? The new engine has some oil leaks. Got my nice accessory chrome tip on there, but unfortunately one of those oil leaks, I believe, is the oil pump cover, which to do that, I don't know if you could do it in the car, but in my mind the engine's going to have to come back out for us to actually fix that oil leak if it is that oil pump cover. So we're going to have to dig into that a little bit more. Right now there's Trav's beautiful 55 sitting. But right now I'm going to start another video because we've got the thing in the garage, and I think we're going to do some work on that. That's going to be it for this mileage unknown. Stay tuned to find out what actually happens with the Fastback, and stay tuned to see what we do to Speedy.